If you're over 60 and you're tired every single morning no matter how early you go to bed, the problem probably isn't your age. It's something happening in the last few hours before you fall asleep, and most people don't even realize they're doing it. Stay with me until number 7, because that one involves something many people take without realizing it can affect older adults differently. And it's often sitting right in the medicine cabinet. Welcome to Healthy After 60. If you are just seeing this channel for the first, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a comment so you don't miss out on healthy tips. Let's begin. Maybe you enjoy a cup of coffee while watching television in the evening. Maybe you eat dinner quite late because that's finally when you have time to relax. Maybe you take a long afternoon nap because you were tired during the day. Maybe you keep your phone beside you in bed and scroll until you feel sleepy. Or perhaps you take something from your medicine cabinet whenever you have trouble sleeping. None of these things may seem particularly serious, but if you regularly struggle to fall asleep, wake repeatedly during the night, wake too early, or feel exhausted when you get out of bed, your evening routine deserves a closer look. And here's something important: getting older does not automatically mean you're supposed to sleep badly. Older adults generally need around 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night, although individual needs vary. Sleep also naturally changes with age. You may find yourself going to bed earlier, waking earlier, sleeping more lightly, or waking more often during the night. That makes the habits surrounding your sleep especially important. Good sleep supports your physical health, mental health, quality of life, and your ability to function safely during the day. So tonight, we're going through 7 things you should consider avoiding or changing before bed if they're interfering with your sleep. If you love coffee, tea, chocolate, or caffeinated soft drinks, this is one habit worth examining. And I'm not telling you coffee is automatically bad. The issue is timing. Caffeine is a stimulant. It can promote alertness, which is exactly what you don't want when your body is trying to transition toward sleep. You might say, "But doctor, I drink coffee every afternoon and I still fall asleep." That's possible. People respond differently to caffeine, and some are far more sensitive than others. But falling asleep isn't the only thing that matters. If you fall asleep but your sleep is lighter, or you wake during the night, your late-day caffeine habit may still be worth examining. Caffeine can remain active in the body for hours. The National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute notes its effects can last as long as 8 hours in some circumstances. So imagine someone who normally goes to bed at 10. They have a strong cup of coffee at 4 or 5 in the afternoon. They may not feel particularly energetic at bedtime, they may even feel tired, but caffeine can still be influencing their body. This is why the National Institute on Aging recommends avoiding caffeine late in the day. And remember, caffeine isn't found only in coffee, tea, chocolate, some soft drinks, and some energy products all contain it. So don't just ask yourself, "Do I drink coffee?" Ask yourself, "When do I consume caffeine?" Try this. For several days, note the time of your last caffeinated drink, then note what happens that night, how long it took to fall asleep, whether you woke repeatedly, whether you woke earlier than usual, and how rested you felt. Don't judge from one night, look for a pattern. If late caffeine consistently makes your sleep worse, move your last cup earlier. You don't have to eliminate it completely. Just find a timing that works for your body. And if you have questions about caffeine interacting with a medication, ask your healthcare professional. 2. Eating a large meal right before bed. This habit can look completely harmless. You finish a busy day, maybe you didn't have time to eat properly earlier, and you finally sit down at 9 or 10 at night. Because you're hungry, you eat a very large meal. Then shortly afterward, you get into bed. For some people, that makes the transition into sleep uncomfortable. Your stomach is full. You may feel physically uncomfortable lying down. Some people experience heartburn or reflux after eating large meals and then lying flat. That's why the National Institute on Aging recommends avoiding large meals within 2 to 3 hours of bedtime. Notice the wording. It doesn't say you can never eat in the evening, or that you must go to bed hungry, or that every late eater will develop a sleep problem. The point is simply to give your body some time between a large meal and bedtime. Think of your evening like landing an airplane. You don't want to go from full speed directly into sleep. You want the final part of your day to gradually become quieter and calmer. Try this. If you regularly eat dinner very late because of your schedule, see whether you can move your main meal earlier. If you're genuinely hungry later in the evening, a light snack is often more reasonable than a large meal. 3. Drinking a very large amount of fluid right before bed. Before we continue, I want to be extremely clear. This is not a recommendation to stop drinking water. Hydration is important, and your individual fluid needs depend on many factors including your health, activity, climate, medications, and medical conditions. If your doctor has told you to drink a certain amount or restrict fluids, follow that individual advice. The issue here is timing. If you drink a very large amount of fluid immediately before bed, you may find yourself waking repeatedly to use the bathroom, and once you're awake, getting back to sleep isn't always easy. For older adults, there's another consideration: safety. Waking suddenly in a dark bedroom, still sleepy, and walking quickly to the bathroom isn't an ideal situation. So if you regularly need to get up at night, make the route to your bathroom as safe as possible, keep the floor clear, use appropriate lighting, and consider a night light. Don't ignore frequent nighttime urination if it's happening regularly and disturbing your sleep. There can be many reasons for it. Evening fluids, medications, bladder issues, or other health conditions. So don't assume it's simply something you have to accept because you're getting older. Try this: front-load your fluids earlier in the day rather than right before bed. If frequent nighttime bathroom trips are persistent or troublesome, talk to your healthcare professional rather than just adjusting on your own. 4. Using your phone or watching television in bed. This one is extremely common. You get comfortable, turn off the main light, get into bed, and think, I'll just watch one video. One video becomes 3. 3 becomes 10. Then you check your messages, see a news story, read the comments, see something that makes you angry or worried, and suddenly your body is in bed, but your brain is still fully engaged with the outside world. The National Institute on Aging recommends trying not to watch television or use a computer, phone, or tablet in the bedroom. That doesn't mean every second of screen use before bed will destroy your sleep, but screens can make it harder to build a consistent wind-down routine. Bright artificial light can affect the signals that help regulate your sleep-wake cycle, and the content you're consuming matters too. Watching something stressful right before bed means your body may be physically tired while your mind is still processing what it just saw. Try this: instead of scrolling, try something calmer. Read a book, listen to soothing music, take a warm bath if that's comfortable and safe for you, dim the lights, or have a quiet conversation with someone you enjoy. Your bedroom should communicate one simple message: it's time to sleep, not time to check emails or scroll for another hour. 5. Doing intense exercise too close to bedtime. This one needs balance, because exercise is genuinely important for healthy aging. I'm not telling you to stop. Keep moving in ways appropriate for your health and fitness level, but timing can matter. The National Institute on Aging recommends regular exercise while avoiding it within 3 hours of bedtime, because an intense workout can leave some people feeling energized right when they're trying to wind down. Heart rate still elevated, body still activated, mind still in exercise mode. Some people can exercise in the evening and sleep perfectly well. Others notice intense evening workouts make it harder to fall asleep. Pay attention to your own response. There's a big difference between a hard workout and gentle movement. A relaxed walk or gentle stretching may feel very different and can be part of a relaxing evening routine. And if you have heart disease, balance problems, significant joint issues, unexplained chest symptoms, or other medical concerns, talk with your healthcare professional about what type of exercise is appropriate for you. Try this: if you finish an intense workout shortly before bed and then lie awake for hours, move it earlier. Exercise during the day, wind down at night. That simple rhythm makes your evening easier to manage. 6. Taking a long nap late in the afternoon or evening. This can be surprisingly hard to catch because when you're tired, a nap feels like exactly what you need. A short nap can genuinely be useful, but a long nap late in the day can reduce your sleepiness at bedtime. Picture it. It's 5 in the afternoon, you're exhausted, you lie down for 20 minutes, but fall into a deep sleep and wake up much later. Now it's evening and you don't feel tired anymore. 10 o'clock arrives, you're in bed but wide awake. 11, midnight, still awake, wondering why you can't sleep. The National Institute on Aging recommends avoiding naps in the late afternoon or evening, and the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute notes that if you're having trouble sleeping at night, you may need to limit naps or move them earlier in the afternoon. There's also a deeper question worth asking: why are you so tired during the day in the first place? If you're constantly exhausted and need long naps just to function, don't simply keep adding more naps. Persistent daytime sleepiness can have many causes: poor nighttime sleep, medications, a sleep disorder, or another health issue. Try this: move your nap earlier and shorten it, then watch what happens to your nighttime sleep. If daytime sleepiness is persistent or affecting your life, talk with your healthcare professional. Your body may be telling you something needs attention. 7. Taking a sleep medicine, over-the-counter product, or supplement. or supplement without checking first. This is the one I want you to think about carefully. When people can't sleep, they naturally want a quick solution, an advertisement, a friend's recommendation, something read online, or something already sitting in the medicine cabinet. But older adults need to be especially careful here. As we age, our bodies can process medicines differently, and many older adults take several prescription and over-the-counter medicines at once, which increases the risk of side effects and interactions. The Food and Drug Administration advises older adults to discuss medications, herbal preparations, and supplements with healthcare professionals, and to keep track of everything they take. This matters. Do not stop a prescribed medication because of something you heard online. Do not change your dose yourself. Do not take someone else's prescription medicine. And don't assume a product is safe simply because it's sold without a prescription. If you're having trouble sleeping, tell your healthcare professional exactly what's happening. Do you have trouble falling asleep? Do you wake up repeatedly? Do you wake too early? Do you snore loudly? Does anyone notice you stop breathing or gasp during sleep? Are you extremely sleepy during the day? Are you taking several medicines? These details help your healthcare professional understand what's actually going on. Sometimes the solution isn't another pill. Sometimes it's the timing of caffeine, a late nap, an uncomfortable sleep environment, stress, or an underlying sleep disorder that needs evaluation. Try this. Write down everything you take, prescription, over-the-counter, vitamins, herbal products, supplements, and ask your doctor or pharmacist whether it's all appropriate and whether the timing could be affecting your sleep. None of these 7 habits sounds dramatic. That's exactly why they're easy to overlook. There's no flashing warning light when you drink coffee at 5 in the afternoon, no alarm when you eat a huge dinner at 10 at night, no warning message when you take your phone into bed. You simply repeat the habit, night after night, until you start wondering why you're not sleeping as well as you used to. Think of your evening as a complete routine rather than one magic trick. You don't need a perfect bedtime, you need a consistent one. Look at your caffeine timing, your dinner timing, your fluid timing, your bedroom environment, your nap habits, your exercise timing, and finally your medications and supplements. You don't have to change 7 things at once. In fact, changing everything at once makes it hard to know what actually helped. Pick the habit that stands out most. Change one thing. Give your body time to adjust, then observe the difference. A simple sleep diary, noting bedtime, wake time, naps, caffeine, exercise, and how you felt the next day, can help you and your healthcare professional spot patterns. And don't become obsessed with the clock. If you wake during the night and immediately start calculating how many hours are left, you may become more anxious about sleep. Focus instead on a calm environment and a predictable routine. If you occasionally have a bad night, that's human. Maybe you were stressed, traveled, or had an unusual schedule. But if you regularly struggle to fall asleep, regularly wake throughout the night, regularly wake too early, or regularly feel exhausted during the day, don't simply say I'm getting older. Sleep problems deserve attention. The National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute explains that insomnia can involve difficulty falling or staying asleep, and persistent problems may need evaluation. Some sleep disorders become more common with age. Sleep apnea is one example. If you snore loudly, wake up gasping, or someone tells you your breathing seems to stop during sleep, talk to your healthcare professional. And if you're extremely sleepy during the day despite spending enough time in bed, that's another reason to ask questions. Your body is giving you information, listen to it. Imagine it's 6 o'clock. You've finished most of your main activities for the day, you've had dinner at a reasonable time, and you're not rushing. As the evening continues, you begin lowering the intensity, a gentle walk earlier in the evening, time with family, reading, relaxing music. As bedtime approaches, the lights become softer, the phone is no longer the center of attention, your bedroom is comfortable, and your path to the bathroom is clear. You don't need 20 supplements, a complicated gadget, or an expensive mattress marketed as a miracle cure. Start with the basics. A regular schedule, a comfortable sleep environment, less stimulation before bed, earlier caffeine, reasonable meal timing, appropriate fluid timing, regular daytime activity, and medical advice when persistent sleep problems continue. 1. Avoid caffeine late in the day if it interferes with your sleep. 2. Avoid large meals immediately before bedtime. 3. Avoid large amounts of fluid right before bed, especially if nighttime bathroom trips are disrupting your sleep. 4. Avoid turning your bedroom into a place for endless phone scrolling and television watching. 5. If intense evening exercise keeps you awake, move it earlier. 6. Avoid long naps late in the afternoon or evening if they're making nighttime sleep harder. 7. Don't start, stop, or change sleep medicines or supplements on your own. discuss them with your healthcare professional. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to change your entire life tonight. Choose one habit, make one adjustment, and watch what happens. Then build from there. Getting older does not mean you have to simply accept poor sleep. Your sleep pattern can change with age, but persistent problems deserve attention. If you're regularly struggling to sleep, talk with your healthcare professional, and if you're taking several medicines, ask your doctor or pharmacist to review them with you. Your nighttime routine may seem small, but night after night, those small choices become part of your overall health. So tonight, before you get into bed, ask yourself, what can I change about the last few hours of my day that might help me sleep better? Maybe it's your coffee. Maybe it's your dinner. Maybe it's your phone. Maybe it's your afternoon nap. Or maybe it's finally time to speak with your healthcare professional about a problem you've been ignoring. Whatever the answer is, start there. Because healthy aging isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about understanding your body, paying attention to patterns, and making thoughtful choices that support your health. If this video helped you, share it with someone over 60 who may also be struggling with sleep. And subscribe to Healthy After 60 for more practical, evidence-based healthy aging information. Take care of yourself, protect your sleep, and I'll see you in the next video.